Matt, thank you very much indeed. And Matt, I think you're probably quite glad to be where you are in your little studio today because one of your favourite people is here on the sofa. Guess who it is?
Really? Can I have a guess?
Go on.
Am I his biggest fan?
You are now. It is,
I am
of course. It is, of course, Rick Astley.
Where is he? Where is he?
Have you forgiven him yet? After?
Yeah, nothing to forgive. Nothing to
We
forgive.
should explain to people watching at home. A while ago now, we asked Matt on air, didn't we?
Yeah.
What do you think of Rick Astley?
Yeah, and he said, nah.
And you were sitting there.
I don't blame him. It's all good.
He loves you now. We all love you now because you've had a terrific, I mean, what an amazing few months.
Yeah, it's been crazy. This summer's been absolutely great. Obviously, we had Glastonbury and that was just bonkers. Never played it before and got to do the pyramid
Glastonbury was
stage.
mad.
Yeah, no, it was really great. I also did a set with Blossoms as well. And I think that kind of just set us off on the road this summer and just was an amazing start to everything, yeah.
I remember we spoke to you the morning after it was announced that you were going to be playing Glastonbury, and you said that for years you dropped off your daughter at the gates for her to go in and enjoy it. And you couldn't quite believe that you were going to be on the stage yourself.
Absolutely. And also, I think as well, to go to Glastonbury and play for the very first time, but actually to go onto that stage is pretty amazing. It's an iconic place. And even though we were on at 12 o'clock lunchtime, which is a tough slot, it was just amazing. We got a great crowd.
It was packed, yeah.
Yeah, and we just loved every second of it. And thankfully, I was able to actually be in the moment because sometimes when things are that big, they get away from you. But I loved every second of it, yeah.
And that daughter who used to drop off at Glastonbury was backstage helping, right?
Steaming my trousers. Yeah,
Was she?
Yeah.
Of course she was.
Yeah, it was a family affair, yeah.
That's
good.
great.
You're here today to talk about some of your new music. So let's
Indeed.
share it with everyone at home.
Great.
Just for a moment now.
I'll keep on dreaming until the dream is gone. I'll keep believing till something better comes. I'll keep on dreaming and smiling and dreaming of you, just you. I see no city boys, they dream in black and white, and all they ever wanna do is fight, fight, fight. I've seen no city boys, they dress and talk the same. I wouldn't trust them with the pouring rain. Never gonna turn it back, never gonna change the facts. Can't stop this world from turning, the fire's already burning. Never gonna feel the same, never gonna not the same. We gotta keep believing, can't lose that team.
So, Rick, you do love a good video, don't you?
Indeed.
That one there that was you wandering through the woods, that's actually quite low tech.
Well, it was just my wife and I. We were in Denmark, which is where she's from, and we just went down to the beach and in the woods there with an iPhone and just shot and edited that video. So we've gone from that to the next video for the next single that's coming in a few weeks. We have Simon Pegg directing. And obviously, because it's Simon Pegg and he's a movie star and all the rest of it, a big movie star, he's done an amazing job anyway. I can't wait to see the finished thing, but he actually brought the crew from Mission Impossible to film it.
How did
so
that
was pretty
happen?
amazing. Well, because he was at a festival and he shared some love with me on social media, and I kind of said thank you back and all the rest of it. And my wife actually said, I wonder if he directs and videos and whether he wants to. It might just be a fun thing to do. And he jumped in and did it. And he came up with a great script and a whole concept and an idea. And it was just a great couple of days to shoot it, to be honest. He brings all that kind of, obviously, knowledge he's got from all the movies he's been in and written and made and all the rest of it. But also he brings that sort of humour as well. And it was just a great set to be on for a couple of days, yeah. And with that quality of people doing it.
Wow.
So we've gone from iPhone to Hollywood sort of crazy jump there, but yeah, so.
But it's interesting about the phone because you do love being in control of what you do musically, don't you?
Yeah.
Recording it yourself, producing it yourself, writing it yourself.
Yeah, I do. I have a little studio at home. And
is it in your garage?
It is in my garage, yeah. It's a posh garage, though. And,
of course.
And I'm still in that mould, I think, of actually just still loving it, of like, you know, being a kid and having some equipment and finding out things and experimenting with things. And before you know what you're doing, I've sort of built most of the track. And I just really love doing it. If I go into a music shop and I look at guitars, I start to melt. I'm still in that moment.
Hide the credit card.
Of it. Yeah, can't get out of that thing of being a fan as well, you know, so.
Yeah.
But that obviously works, doesn't it?
It works for me,
you.
yeah. I guess it does, yeah. But also, I think I'm way more comfortable than I was back in the day. And even though obviously I had the Stock Aitken Waterman guys and those massive songs that they wrote for me and everything, and that was amazing, and I was lucky to be there. I think in terms of actually, a bit like the Glastonbury thing, actually owning it, being in the moment and really feeling that I'm in love with it.
How did you get to that point then? How did you get to that place where you're more comfortable with it?
I think by having a big break. Not doing it for a long time really helped, I think. And I think easing myself back into it. The first time I sang Never Gonna Give You Up and a couple of the others was in Japan, and I hadn't done it for like 15 years. And so I think it was so far away, it was like the other side of the world, but in every way the other side of the world being in Japan. It was just a fun thing to do, and I think it opened a door for me to do it again and enjoy it. So,
and during those 15 years, what were you doing?
A bit of this and that. I did have a studio, and my aim was to try and write for other people and maybe produce other people. Yeah. But it's a tough gig. Yeah. It's really, really hard. And I think also being a singer, I think my prime thing is about the vocal, and I kind of kept wanting to get in there and do it myself. And I think one day, obviously, I thought, I'm going to have to get back to this, and, you know, so here I am.
So it seems to me like you are enjoying this much more.
I probably am, yeah. I mean, also, in truth, I'm not as famous and as successful as I was back in that moment of Never Gonna Give You Up and what have you. So the pressure's not on in the same way. I think I can... You know, if I go to Glastonbury, I'm on at 12 o'clock, and that's fine. I'm very,
that looked like quite a lot of pressure to me. That was a lot of people.
It is, but it's not the same pressure. And I think, therefore, I think also age, you know, I wouldn't say maturity, because I don't think I've got any of that yet, but age has just meant that I've kind of accepted things a bit more in a different way. So I'm really comfy, and it's just great to be making new music and putting records out, you know, gigging.
And you've still got that great hair.
Hey, come on, come on. Come on, check it.
Best hair in showbiz.
It really is.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm very lucky, I think. I'm very lucky in many ways, but that is one of the reasons I'm also lucky as well. But no, but like I say, we're gigging tonight, actually. You know, we're doing a gig in London, and I still love every moment of that. I still kind of love the anticipation of what's coming next and everything. I still really enjoy it. So I just count myself as being lucky, full stop, really.
And what do you write about now?
Well, usually... she's going to kill me for this, but my wife, a lot of the time, I'm still, you know, I still think that the connection you have with the closest human being in your life is still somewhere in most of the lyrics, I think. But I tend to sort of try and feed something into there as well, which is a bit more universal than that, you know. So we spent a lot of time in America last year touring and stuff and moving around. And I think the sound of the records definitely come from that, of just being there and going to some of the cities that a lot of the music I absolutely love came from, like Detroit, Memphis, you know, all those different places. So, but I think lyrically, I'm still singing love songs really somewhere, I think.
You mentioned your wife. You talk about your daughter steaming your trousers. I mean, it's a family affair, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, our daughter actually lives in Denmark, and she's not always there, but obviously Glastonbury, she really wanted to come. And it was great. It was a really calming sort of thing to have the people who you love the most around you at that moment before you go and do something that massive, you know.
'Cause you must be nervous.
Yeah, I am nervous, yeah, but I also think you have to have some nerves, you know. Yeah. Even the greats, if they're not walking up there with some nervous anticipation, then something's wrong, I think, you know. Well, you know, because Elton obviously finished Glastonbury this time, and that was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. But if he didn't walk out with a tiny bit of nerves, I'd be surprised. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So Glastonbury, that's one tick.
Yeah.
What's next? What is there another dream?
There's always a dream, isn't there? There's got to be. I think that's
the thing.
What
is it?
Well, I've got lots of dreams, I think, but I think it's that thing that gets you up in the morning the next day and pushes you for the next thing. So I kind of feel that there's always something on the horizon, and that's what we're all looking for. If you feel you've done it, I mean, the album's called Are We There Yet? And it's a bit of a joke about being on a bus for 3 months in America, Are we there yet? But it's also, I'm 57. When do you get to a point where you go, yeah, I'm there, I've done it? And hopefully you never feel that, you know?
Yeah, because where would there be for you?
Exactly. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. And there are times when I do think about packing it all in.
No.
And then, no, I do, because, I mean, I look around me and I think I'm becoming one of the elder, I'm not going to say statesmen, but elder people in it. And I think I'm the oldest person in our band and crew now. And that's a scary thing. I used to be the youngest at one point.
Yeah, look, Jagger. How old's Mick Jagger?
Yeah. But we're talking about like a different league there. And I'm not doing myself down. We are talking about a different league. And I kind of think I still really love it at the moment. So I'm not anticipating stopping, but I'm just saying that I think the Are We There Yet was definitely a question to myself of when do you get to feel so comfortable that you're too comfortable? And I kind of felt that, you know, like I say, it's always good to have a horizon to be heading for.
Good advice there, Rick. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for getting comfortable on our sofa.
Yeah, lovely. Thanks for
Good
having
luck
me.
tonight.
Yeah,
in
indeed.
London.
Thank you.
Keep enjoying. Rick Astley's new album, Are We There Yet?, is out now, and he's on tour next year.